Hello, and welcome to another edition of Towel Talk. I am your host, Tim, the Tech TV Towel. This is my show, Towel Talk. We are here with Kevin Rose, the Kevin Rose, from the Screensavers. Hello, Kevin.
Hey, Tim. How's it going? Looking good.
Yes. Well, I wish I could say the same. Maybe you could shave if you're going to be on an interview, or take off your hat. But hey, who am I? Who am I to talk? I'm Mr. Towel, right? I haven't washed in 4 years. But anyway, so you live with Morgan.
Yes, I do. She just needed a roommate, and we've been friends. We hang out here at work, and would go out and hang out after work and stuff. And she was wondering if I needed a place to move into, so I said yeah. And it turns out it was a great little spot, and really close to work. Just decided to go for it.
But you have a girlfriend, though, right?
No, actually, I don't anymore. I used to. Thanks for bringing that up.
Oh, sorry, pal.
A little touchy, but...
You know that now our entire audience hates you.
I've heard that, but what are you going to do? You can't please all the people.
No. I'm not talking. I'm saying because you live with Morgan.
Well, I've gotten a few emails like that, people wanting me to steal their shoes, put them on eBay, stuff like that. But, again, it's just a roommate to me.
You've got a bunch of Tech TV friends. All you Tech TV people are all buddy, not me, but all you all guys hanging around all the time, right?
Well, I have a few friends outside of Tech TV, but it's a pretty tight little niche. There's probably like, when we do have our little Tech TV get-togethers, I would say it would be like Morgan, David Prager, Marty, Sarah Lane, Pat and Leo. Every once in a great while they'll stop by, and if we go out partying, they'll buy drinks or whatever. And who else comes out? Hallie, Kat, what's that? That's the whole group. I mean, there's not really anybody that doesn't hang out except for you. But you're married, so.
Fourth time's a charm. That's what I say, pal. So were you always such a huge nerd?
Yeah, I mean, I was into the bulletin boards, BBSs, before the internet was really big. And I used to pirate and trade software like crazy. And I'm trying to think. Yeah, I was pretty much a geek. It's like I really wasn't that popular in high school until like my junior or senior year. But up to that point, like I was just I mean, computers weren't cool back then. Like now, someone's into computers, like, oh, you're into computers, that's cool, teach me something. Back then, I was like, I'm into computers, they're like, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. It really wasn't what it is today.
Did you study computers at college?
Yeah, I did a little bit, but I got really bored with college. I went to college for computer science, and when you start taking classes and you're one step ahead of the instructor, not to say that I'm that far ahead, but it's like when you're into computers and that's all you do, and then you go to school for that, if you've already studied in that area, it doesn't make sense for you to keep pursuing. I mean, I'm looking more towards possibly finishing up my degree in business or some other related field rather than going to computer science, because that's what I do for a living anyway. It's not like I need more schooling in that area.
So where'd you learn all this stuff? You just pick it up, pamphlets?
Well, actually, what I went to school for was computer animation. And I actually studied graphic arts and animation, so I never actually went to the tech side of computers. It was just me ripping apart my computer, installing stuff, things like that, that really got me into the hardware. And then just picking up books and just reading anything I could get my hands on as far as like networking and you name it. I mean, all different areas, all different facets of computers I'm really interested in. It's more of a, it's like a hobby. When you get interested in something, you want to learn as much as you possibly can about it. That's how I feel about computers. It's just, if there's something, a new topic or a new type of technology that comes out that I don't know about, I'll just pick up a book and start reading it and just thumbing through it and just trying to get an overview or just get my hands on it and see what's going on with that technology or hardware, piece of hardware.
You truly belong on the Screensavers.
That's what I love about Tech TV, though, is that we get to play with all the toys. I mean, we get all the latest and greatest. It's always coming in. We just have to go down to our hardware department and just check something out and learn it.
So your friends, your non-Tech TV friends, whoever these people are, not Kat, not Morgan, whoever your other friends are, do they understand what you do? Do they have any idea?
I mean, I just say right now if it depends on what level what depth you want to go with it. If you just say you work on computers, they're like, oh, okay, I understand that. But if you start talking about them, how you know set up switches and routers, and you know you get to the tech level of something, they'll be like, no idea what you're talking about.
No, but like the TV show part of things. I'm not talking about the computers. Like you're on a TV show. Do they understand that?
The TV show part, people understand it once they see the show, but other than that, some people, not a lot. It depends on where you're at in the country, but some of my friends have never seen Tech TV, and then some of them watch it on a regular basis. It depends on where you're at.
So you've had friends come down to the tapings.
Yeah, I've had a few friends that have come out
And what do they think? They think it was cool? They think it was weird?
Yeah, everyone, TV is like such a glamour thing that anybody that sits and watches all these cameras and lights and, everything going on, people counting down before the cameras go live, they're just like, oh my gosh. Which I was too at first, You're always like, oh, this is scary. It's frightening to have the camera on you.
So tell me, what do you like better when it comes down to brass tacks, Is it the tech or the TV? You know what I'm saying? Tech TV, is it the tech part or is it the TV show celebrity part?
That's a good question. It depends on what I'm doing technically. Tech is my first love. If it's installing shareware and like setting up demos for that day's show, is that all that much fun? How fun is it to double click a program and run through the setup and have it installed? You don't really learn a whole lot there. But if it's some type of new technology that I'm playing with, or Leo and I are digging into something with Linux or OS 10 or something like that where we're really learning something new, that's just a blast. The on-air stuff is fun too, but it depends, again, what you're doing. Like the house calls are great. It's just fun. Marty and I have so much fun on those house calls. I can't even tell you. It's like, it's funny because it comes across on the camera like we're having a good time, and you never know, because it's on air, but in all actuality, like outside of when the cameras are off, we're having a really good time on those house calls. It's just a blast. So that part of it, I love. I wouldn't give that up for anything.
So tell me, you can't do this tech stuff all the time. You're going to go blind. So what are your other hobbies?
I'm pretty involved in health and fitness. I do a lot of rock climbing. I try and rock climb probably 3 times a week.
Have you ever hurt yourself? Have you ever injured yourself?
I just busted my right leg here about a week ago. I fell off a 1-story building, and because I do also a new thing, it's like a new sport, it's called bouldering, which is like, bouldering is climbing boulders without ropes. It's just like climbing little boulders, Well, bouldering is where you go out in an urban setting and like hit up actual buildings and climb sides of buildings, and without ropes. You're supposed to have crash pads and stuff to fall onto, but I didn't have one at the time, and I just busted my right foot. I'm still on it today.
So this is like you and like 3 friends, 3 buddies. That's all. The only people who do this.
No, actually, there's probably a few hundred people across the United States now. I've started seeing message boards popping up. I just got buildering.com. I'm going to develop that into like, there's pictures of people climbing like famous statues and all kinds of, people that get arrested. You've seen it on TV before.
Yes, I see that stuff all the time, on the TV, but didn't believe it was real. Anyway, so people tell me that you run some websites. I don't know what they are, but they tell me you make, they tell me you make money off of these websites.
I don't know how much detail I want to go into those. I just run websites that basically, what's funny? They're all different types of sites. Nothing crazy. I like the bad websites. I don't get into the porn crap. But my websites have been more services to help people, tech services. That there's one site I run that helps people determine and find out information about their IP addresses and about their computer and about what's visible on the web. I run the site that does a remote port scan of your computer and will scan all of your ports looking for open holes or vulnerabilities within your machine. That's just my hobby on the side. I love like web programming, do some PHP programming, and just like I told you, I was into graphic design, so that kind of all meshes together. The web is like perfect platform for me to use my design skills and then also my programming side and kind of just start making some crazy fun little sites and just seeing what happens.
But I've seen KevinRose.com, and KevinRose.com is nothing to be too proud of. It pretty much sucks. I
try to keep it on the down low. Like I don't really like to. I had that KevinRose.com up for a while. I started receiving like all these spams, all this junk mail, and just like, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it.
Anyway, thank you, Kevin Rose. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your interesting life story, and I'm sure the fans are gonna really appreciate this. Take it easy.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. Take off.
All right, yeah, take it off. You know, if you ever, you know, you and Morgan wanted me to, you know, me and the wife, we can come over, we can have some barbecue, we can hang out, you know. Morgan, you should invite Morgan. Tell Morgan I said hi, okay? Yeah. Bye, Kevin.